Welcome into Cardines Field in beautiful Newport, Rhode Island. It is the Newport Gulls pregame show on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Tonight we've got a great matchup between the UpperValley Nighthawks, who come into this game 16-14 on the season, and in second place, right behind the Vermont Mountaineers in the Western Division, and the Newport Gulls, the best team in the league. They are 24-8-1, and yes, they did tie last night. Last time out, they tied against the Bristol Blues in a game that was suspended after 5 innings due to darkness. One of the most bizarre games that you will see, but it is a tie, the first one of the season for the Gulls, and they'll be looking to get back in the win column tonight. As for the Nighthawks, it's been 4 days since they last played, but they last played against the North Shore Navigators, and they came up short 7-3, and they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. One player to watch for them is Adarius Myers, who currently leads the NECBL in batting average. We've got interviews with players and coaches, so don't go anywhere. You're watching the Newport Gulls pregame show on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show alongside Grant Umberger. And Grant, just want to talk about the season you're having so far this year. You've been fantastic. I think you have 3 or 4 saves. You've been really the nail in the back end of that bullpen for the Newport Gulls, which, by the way, is first in the NECBL in ERA. Talk to me about this season and how it's going for you.
The season's been going great. I'm just happy to be out there with the guys and everything like that, and just when the name gets called upon, just try to do the best that I can.
And you're actually a returning goal, but you didn't play last year. You played it 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What went into the thought process of coming back here and playing for the Gulls and being in this great city of Newport?
So this is my second year here, and over the past fall, they asked me if I wanted to come back, and obviously I couldn't say no. This place is just one of the best places you can play summer ball, and it's just honestly an honor to be on the Gulls.
And just talking about now your college baseball season, you have made the commitment to Toledo. Just talk to me about what went into that process for you, and how excited are you to start that new chapter of your baseball career?
Oh, I'm incredibly excited. Like Michael Jordan said, it's the last dance, so I want to go somewhere that I could be able to play a good amount and have a chance to win a conference championship. So I thought Toledo would give me the best opportunity to do that.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, Grant. And last question for you. When you come into these games, and I've asked a bunch of other pitchers this, and they really don't have too much info on these hitters, but these are some of the best hitters, not only just in the league, but in the entire country. Do you know any of these guys going in? Do you know what their tendencies are? Do you have any scouting reports on them, or do you kind of just get the ball and throw it?
At times I might know a couple dudes on the other team, but for the most part, I just go up there and chuck it. The crowd, the stadiums around here people don't usually see the ball very well at night. So I know coming in late innings, just pound the strike zone. We should be good.
Well, thank you, Grant. Appreciate that. Continued success, and good luck at Toledo in the fall.
Thank you.
That's Grant Umberger, pitcher for the Newport Gulls. We'll be back with more on the Newport Gulls pregame show. And welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. I'm Quentin Pelzel. Alongside me is Luke Beckstein. You can vote for him for the NECBL fan vote. Right now, last time I checked, you are leading by a couple hundred votes, so we do want to just try to push you past the finish line here. But before we get into that, I want to talk about last night's game. Kind of a bizarre game. You go into Bristol, first time going there on the season, and in the 5th inning, we realize the lights aren't on, and actually, some of the lights are on, but not all of them were. Have you ever been a part of a game like that where it got suspended due to darkness and the lights were supposed to come on or not? And how did that affect you guys? What were you guys thinking during that process?
It was just like a weird experience. I can't think of really any games off the top of my head that was really like that. When the fifth inning rolled around and the inning didn't start, we kind of had a feeling something was up. We were definitely a little disappointed that they couldn't get the lights working, but it is what it is. It happens. We'll take the tie, I guess, onto today.
Yeah, and today, obviously, a big game here against the UpperValley Nighthawks. I want to talk about now the season for you, and you have a chance to go to the All-Star game, to go to Lynn and participate among the league's best. What does that mean for you, and what are you looking forward to the most if you do end up going there and playing in the All-Star game?
Yeah, to be in the conversation to potentially be into the All-Star game is it's an honor in itself. Obviously, I really want to get there, and if I get there, I'm gonna like I've been saying for the past few days, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna learn from some of these guys. Everyone that's in the All-Star games had success this season, so just learning kind of what they've done to have their seasons be a success, and kind of take some of that information back here to our guys, and hopefully that can translate into a championship season with some of the information I get.
And you're talking about just being with the guys over in Lynn and trying to learn like everything, kind of get some advice from them. What have you learned from the guys here on the Gulls? Obviously, you got so much talent on this team, whether it be pitching, because you can learn from pitchers as well, kind of like how they attack you, or just from the hitters. Have you taken any advice? Have you learned anything just from watching these guys each and every day?
Yeah, I think this year we've had a big message and kind of memo of just positivity and picking each other up. I think this game's so challenging, and at times, it drains your confidence. And so I think the biggest thing is being a good person, good teammate, and being positive, because at the end of the day, it all comes around. And, that's just at the end of the day, just going to come around. You got to stay positive.
And the last question here, we know that you play a lot of different positions, like shortstop, second base, third base, and we also saw you in left field. If you were to get voted into the All-Star game, what position do you think they would have you out there as?
Whatever position they need to put me in. I've been playing a lot of second base this year, but obviously I can play anywhere. So, if you need me in the pitcher's mound, go ahead, throw me out there. I've been practicing a little bit. Anything to get me on the field. Simple as that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw you on the pitcher's mound. Colton said you were really good, so we're looking forward to that. But congratulations, and thank you so much. Hopefully, over the next, I think Thursday is when the fan vote ends, so we'll keep an eye on that. You are leading right now, but we're just trying to push you through the finish line, like I said. That is Luke Beckstein. You can go vote for him on all the social media pages. The link is posted on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Go vote for Luke Beckstein, #LukeToLynn. That is Luke Beckstein. I'm Quentin Pelzel, and we'll have more on the Newport Gulls pregame show right after this.
And welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. My name is Jose Rodriguez. I'm joined now by Nico Brini. Nico, the offense did not happen last night in Bristol. 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position the first 3 innings of the game. How that could turn around on this doubleheader?
We just have to be better in key situations. We know we got a couple hits in the game. Only got through the 5th inning, of course, because of the light situation. But we just got to see our pitches, and when it matters most, get the job done, move guys over.
How difficult was it not having to play a full game because of the lights? And we don't know yet if the game is gonna be play resume. It's up to the NSCBL league the decision if it's gonna be tied or we're going back to Bristol to finish off the game.
Yeah, I know everyone would love to finish the game. I mean, you step on the field, you want to play till it's over and you have a winner. So I know we'd all love to get out there and finish it.
What's your focus and mentality for today doubleheader and hopefully taking 2 wins here against this team?
It's a long day, and our coach at schools always says, you have to prepare your mind for 1 and your bodies for 2. Get ready only for the first game, but make sure your body's healthy and strong enough to play through 2.
How's your pregame routine? Is it the same or differently knowing that there's a doubleheader going on, opposed versus 1 game?
It's all the same, just starts a little bit earlier. Get here like 4 or 5 hours earlier to the ballpark, but get all the same stuff done, get all the reps in.
How proud are you that Luke Beckstein is one of the finalists for the fan vote, and hopefully he go on to the All-Star game in Fraser Field this upcoming weekend?
I'm really proud of him. I mean, I get to live with him this year. He's in my same host family. It's been awesome to live with him and just pick his brain about baseball. He's been around. He's a veteran, so to get some insight like that's really cool.
Nico, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
And to vote for Luke Beckstein is #LukeToLynn. And we will be right back on the Newport Gulls pregame show.
Welcome into Cardines Field in beautiful Newport, Rhode Island. It is the Newport Gulls pregame show on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Tonight we've got a great matchup between the UpperValley Nighthawks, who come into this game 16-14 on the season, and in second place, right behind the Vermont Mountaineers in the Western Division, and the Newport Gulls, the best team in the league. They are 24-8-1, and yes, they did tie last night. Last time out, they tied against the Bristol Blues in a game that was suspended after 5 innings due to darkness. One of the most bizarre games that you will see, but it is a tie, the first one of the season for the Gulls, and they'll be looking to get back in the win column tonight. As for the Nighthawks, it's been 4 days since they last played, but they last played against the North Shore Navigators, and they came up short 7-3, and they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. One player to watch for them is Adarius Myers, who currently leads the NECBL in batting average. We've got interviews with players and coaches, so don't go anywhere. You're watching the Newport Gulls pregame show on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show alongside Grant Umberger. And Grant, just want to talk about the season you're having so far this year. You've been fantastic. I think you have 3 or 4 saves. You've been really the nail in the back end of that bullpen for the Newport Gulls, which, by the way, is first in the NECBL and ERA. Talk to me about this season and how it's going for you.
The season's been going great. I'm just happy to be out there with the guys and everything like that, and just when the name gets called upon, just try to do the best that I can.
And you're actually a returning goal, but you didn't play last year. You played it 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What went into the thought process of coming back here and playing for the Gulls and being in this great city of Newport?
So this is my second year here, and over the past fall, they asked me if I wanted to come back, and obviously I couldn't say no. This place is just one of the best places you could play summer ball, and it's just honestly an honor to be on the Gulls.
And just talking about now your college baseball season, you have made the commitment to Toledo. Just talk to me about what went into that process for you, and how excited are you to start that new chapter of your baseball career?
Oh, I'm incredibly excited. Like Michael Jordan said, it's the last dance. So I want to go somewhere that, I could be able to play a good amount and have a chance to win a conference championship. So I thought Toledo would give me the best opportunity to do that.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, Grant. And last question for you. When you come into these games, and I've asked a bunch of other pitchers this, and they really don't have too much info on these hitters, but I mean, these are some of the best hitters, not only just in the league, but in the entire country. Do you know any of these guys going in? Do you know what their tendencies are? Do you have any scouting reports on them, or do you kind of just get the ball and throw it?
At times I might know a couple dudes on the other team, but for the most part, I just go up there and chuck it. The crowd, the stands, stadiums around here people don't usually see the ball very well at night. So I know coming in late innings, just pound the strike zone. We should be good.
Well, thank you, Grant. Appreciate that. Continued success, and good luck at Toledo in the fall.
Thank you.
That's Grant Umberger, pitcher for the Newport Gulls. We'll be back with more on the Newport Gulls pregame show. And welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. I'm Quentin Pelzel. Alongside me is Luke Beckstein. You can vote for him for the NECBL fan vote. Right now, last time I checked, you are leading by a couple hundred votes, so we do want to just try to push you past the finish line here. But before we get into that, I want to talk about last night's game. Kind of a bizarre game. You go into Bristol, first time going there on the season, and in the 5th inning, we realize the lights aren't on. And actually, some of the lights are on, but not all of them were. Have you ever been a part of a game like that where it got suspended due to darkness and the lights were supposed to come on or not? And how did that affect you guys? What were you guys thinking during that process?
It was just like a weird experience. Yeah, I can't think of really any games off the top of my head that was really like that. When the fifth inning rolled around and the inning didn't start, we kind of had a feeling something was up. We were definitely a little disappointed that they couldn't get the lights working, but I mean, it is what it is. It happens. We'll take the tie, I guess, onto today.
Yeah, and today, obviously, a big game here against the UpperValley Nighthawks. I want to talk about now the season for you, and you have a chance to go to the All-Star game, to go to Lynn and participate among the league's best. What does that mean for you, and what are you looking forward to the most if you do end up going there and playing in the All-Star game?
Yeah, to be in the conversation to potentially be into the All-Star game is it's an honor in itself. Obviously, I really want to get there, and if I get there, I'm gonna like I've been saying for the past few days, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna learn from some of these guys. Everyone that's in the All-Star games had success this season, so just learning kind of what they've done to have their seasons be a success, and kind of take some of that information back here to our guys, and hopefully that can translate to a championship season with some of the information I get.
And you're talking about just being with the guys over in Lynn and trying to learn everything, kind of get some advice from them. What have you learned from the guys here on the Gulls? Obviously, you got so much talent on this team, whether it be pitching, because you can learn from pitchers as well, kind of like how they attack you, or just from the hitters. Have you taken any advice? Have you learned anything just from watching these guys each and every day?
Yeah, I think this year we've had a big message and kind of memo of just positivity and picking each other up. I think this game's so challenging, and at times, it drains your confidence. And so I think the biggest thing is being a good person, good teammate, and being positive, because at the end of the day, it all comes around. And, that's just at the end of the day, just going to come around. You got to stay positive.
And the last question here, we know that you play a lot of different positions, like shortstop, second base, third base, and we also saw you in left field. If you were to get voted into the All-Star game, what position do you think they would have you out there as?
Whatever position they need to put me in. I've been playing a lot of second base this year, but obviously I can play anywhere. So, if you need me in the pitcher's mound, go ahead, throw me out there. I've been practicing a little bit. Anything to get me on the field. Simple as that.
I was going to say, I saw you on the pitcher's mound. Colton said you were really good, so we're looking forward to that. But congratulations and thank you so much. Hopefully, over the next, I think Thursday is when the fan vote ends, so we'll keep an eye on that. You are leading right now, but we're just trying to push you through the finish line, like I said. That is Luke Beckstein. You can go vote for him on all the social media pages. The link is posted on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Go vote for Luke Beckstein, hashtag Luke to Lynn. That is Luke Beckstein. I'm Quentin Pelzel, and we'll have more on the Newport Gulls pregame show right after this.
And we're back here on the Newport Gulls pregame show. I'm here with Coach Schilling. Coach, how's your first year in Newport coaching this Gulls as an assistant head coach? How is it the ride so far?
It's been really fun. It's been a big learning experience. I've learned a lot from the other coaches. Obviously, the team's been playing really well, so it's been a great experience.
What do you learn prior here in the Gulls and the knowledge that you had and how that knowledge increased for you?
So I've been an assistant high school coach for 6 years, and then for my playing experience. So I've got kind of that background. But coming here and working with college players and working with more experienced coaches, I've just learned more methods for working with guys. From our early work, I've learned a lot of different things to do with infielders, with hitters. So it's just kind of added to the stuff that I already had.
How impressed are you, the guys that was drafted last week? Can you talk about a little bit of that? Samuel Colisegum, the pitchers as well that got drafted.
Yeah, that was really cool to see those guys get drafted and to see Trent get the free agent deal. Sam obviously is like a super impressive hitter. Hitting 420 in college is unbelievable, and then coming here he made the game look super easy. And Brian Hendry, the pitcher that got drafted, just came in here and threw gas. So yeah, all those guys that got an opportunity at the next level, it's awesome.
What about the players that's going to the All-Star game this upcoming weekend? How happy are you from there? They work their butt up to be in the position that they are right now.
Yeah, that's great. I'm happy that they get recognized. I'm happy that they get the opportunity to play in that game, and hopefully they'll make Newport look good.
How bizarre was last night's game in Connecticut? Fifth inning was a scoreless game and game suspension. We don't know yet the decision of the league if it's going to be tied or resume play.
Yeah, that was a weird one. All of a sudden they just kind of pulled us off the field. We didn't at first know what was going on, and they told us that the lights wouldn't turn on. I guess they had got struck by lightning or something, like the circuit breaker was messed up. So yeah, that was a weird one. I've never had a game delayed for that reason before, but yeah, strange night.
So we're back here in Newport tonight. Doubleheader against the UpperValley. How you and your coaching staff, is it different when it's a doubleheader versus on one game, the preparation and everything goes into it? Because you guys have to you guys gonna put bullpens, a lot of pitchers from the bullpens probably.
The preparation is pretty much the same, but once you get into the game, it's a little bit different just because the games are only 7 innings. So like the game, I mean, you get to the 5th and you look up and it's like it's almost over. So yeah, maybe the way you manage the bullpen's a little bit different. You hope that you can score early because the game ends that much more quickly.
Coach Schilling, thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. And we'll be right back on the Newport Gulls pregame show. And welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. My name is Jose Rodriguez. I'm joined now by Nico Brini. Nico, the offense did not happen last night in Bristol. 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position the first 3 innings of the game. How that could turn around on this doubleheader?
We just have to be better in key situations. We know we got a couple hits in the game. Only got through the 5th inning, of course, because of the light situation. But we just got to see our pitches, and when it matters most, get the job done, move guys over.
How difficult was it not having to play the full game because of the lights? And we don't know yet if the game is going to be resume. It's up to the NSCBL league the decision if it's going to be tied or we're going back to Bristol to finish off the game.
Yeah, I know everyone would love to finish the game. I mean, you step on the field, you want to play till it's over and you have a winner. So I know we'd all love to get out there and finish it.
What's your focus and mentality for today doubleheader and hopefully taking 2 wins here against this team?
It's a long day, and our coach at schools always says, you have to prepare your mind for 1 and your bodies for 2. Get ready only for the first game, but make sure your body's healthy and strong enough to play through 2.
How's your pregame routine? Is it the same or differently knowing that there's a doubleheader going on, opposed versus one game?
It's all the same, just starts a little bit earlier. Get here like 4 or 5 hours earlier to the ballpark, but get all the same stuff done, get all the reps in.
How proud are you that Luke Beckstein is one of the finalists for the fan vote, and hopefully he go on to the All-Star game in Frazier Field this upcoming weekend?
I'm really proud of him. I mean, I get to live with him this year. He's in my same host family. It's been awesome to live with him and just pick his brain about baseball. He's been around. He's a veteran, so to get some insight like that's really cool.
Nico, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
And to vote for Luke Beckstein is #LukeTulin. And we will be right back on the Newport Gulls pregame show.
And welcome into Cardines Field for Game 1 of a doubleheader between the UpperValley Nighthawks and the Newport Gulls. Quentin Pelzel, along with Jose Rodriguez, and the voice of the UpperValley Nighthawks, it is Ian Binky. And because of UpperValley, they are the home team for Game 1. I'll have you do play-by-play. But before we get into that, I just want to talk about the just the UpperValley Nighthawks coming into this game. It's been a while since they've last played, but they split a doubleheader against North Shore.
Yeah, a couple of rainouts, and then they scheduled off day a couple days ago, have given the Nighthawks an extended period of rest, but it was a split against the North Shore Navigators, and Game 2 was really what the Nighthawks were waiting to see for a long time, a complete performance, strong pitching throughout the ball game, only 2 pitchers needed for the victory, and also strong offense throughout the game. So looking to keep that going here against the league-leading Newport Gulls.
And Jose, what are you expecting to see in this game from the Gulls?
I expect the Gulls to be aggressive with runners in scoring position, because last night they were 0 for 5 in runners in scoring position in the first 3 innings of the game. And when there's runners in scoring position, the Gulls needs to capitalize.
All right, and I will now toss it over to Ian Binky to give you play-by-play for the next 2 innings. Ian, take it away.
Thank you, Quentin, and it's a beautiful day for baseball here. Overcast skies, but no rain here in Newport as we're set to get underway. Nico Brini will lead things off for Newport again. They're the road team for Game 1 of this doubleheader. So Brini will step in and face the UpperValley starter, Hunter Reynolds, to kick us off here from Cardines Field. The first pitch from Reynolds is just low for ball 1. We are underway at 3:01 p.m. Brini leads things off. Once again, he is in center field here for Game 1. Rolls over to first and just foul to the right of the bag.
And Brini, last night, he did start in that game that was suspended after 5 full innings. He reached base twice, he had a single, and he was hit by a pitch, also a stolen base. So he was pretty active on the base paths.
Hitting .242, entering play today, is Brini. Breaking ball is low. It touched home plate, so it'll be now a 2-1 count.
Brini and Freeman was the only 2 hits for the Gulls last night game in Connecticut against the Bristol Blues.
The pitch from Reynolds, chopped over to first, and once again, foul.
And just taking a look at Reynolds, he's actually had a pretty decent year from Franklin Pierce, a Division II school, has a 1.17 earned run average, making his 2nd start of the season. Not a huge strikeout pitcher, but he's a guy who's going to pitch to contact and induce soft contact, which he has done in each of his last 2 starts.
The 2-2. Sharp grounder knocked down by Russo, but nobody covered first base. And a leadoff base runner now for the Gulls. sharp contact off the bat of Breeny.
Yeah, nice job by Breeny making contact and getting on base. He had a similar hit last night against Bristol where he hit one a little softer in between first baseman and second baseman. The pitcher also, they were having trouble trying to communicate who takes the base, and Breeny had another infield hit, so now that's back-to-back nights for Breeny.
It is officially a base hit, nothing that Russo could do once he knocked it down. That brings up Michael Anderson, the first baseman tonight for Newport. He takes the first one just out of the zone. Anderson hails from the University of Rhode Island, hitting .241 entering play today with 2 home runs, 11 runs batted in. This one right at the belt for a strike. Breeny on first has swiped 3 bases this year for the Gulls. We'll see if he goes on Reynolds. Long set, now a 1-1. Late on a fastball is Anderson.
And the Gulls don't run a lot, so Breeny with 3 stolen bases towards the top of the team. And he has become a threat over the last couple weeks.
Another long set from Reynolds. Runner goes, and it's popped up right to the screen. So Breeny will have to retreat, and we'll redo the 1-2.
Anderson, he was named the Atlantic 10 Freshman of the Week, batting .455 with 4 doubles and 4 RBIs in a 3-game series against Sam Houston earlier for URI.
Trying to get something going here for a team from Rhode Island and Newport. He sends this one in the air deep to left center field. Racing back is Palmer, and wave it goodbye. Michael Anderson clears the 28-foot wall in dead center and gives the Gulls an early 2-0 lead.
What a shot by Michael Anderson, and over the past week, he's been hitting in that 2 spot. He has swung the bat very well over the past week or so, and that is home run number 3 for him. He has been terrific. He actually came into this game with hits in 4 and 5 of his last 6 games. So Anderson now makes it 6 of his last 7. He has been on fire in the month of July.
So the collegiate baseball freshman All-American gives the home team playing as the road team an early 2-0 lead, as Beckstein will now flash bunt but take one right down America's Cup Avenue for a strike.
This is what the Gulls needed, scoring early on after not taking advantage last night's game.
Nighthawks have struggled when playing from behind as of late, as that one misses high. That was the key to success in their Game 2 victory against the Navigators a couple of nights ago. They took an early 3-run lead in the first inning and were able to hold on to it. (1-1) is a breaking ball taken low. Beckstein, a returning goal, has found the bat this season, hitting much better now, a .250 hitter. Has knocked in 6 runs this year. Base is empty for him after the 2-run blast by Anderson, and now he's up in the count 3-1.
Beckstein also up for the fan vote for the Newport Gulls. As of right now, I believe he is leading the fan vote by about 150 votes, so keep voting out there.
A 3-1 high, ball 4, and he works a walk. The fan vote representative for the Nighthawks is Luis Misla, who is not in action in this ball game, actually not here, was on the bus, but then booted off when we did not have enough seats on the bus. So he's watching this one at home on the NECBL network as Chad Sturgeon will head out to the mound to talk to his pitcher, Reynolds.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a rough start for Reynolds. Gave up an infield single to Breeny. Okay, hard luck, but then Michael Anderson launched one into the deepest part of the ballpark. Had to have traveled up over or close to 400 feet, that ball, and then now a walk to Beckstein. So we've seen a little bit of everything go wrong for Reynolds, and he'll try to bear down against Tyler Hare here, the 4th batter of the inning.
And arguably the best hitter for the Gulls so far this season. 5 home runs and 15 RBIs by Tyler Hare.
And he was named a starter for the East Division in the All-Star game. Again, the All-Star game happening this weekend in Lynn, Massachusetts. Has a runner on first for him here. He grounds this one through the gap and on the right side, a base hit. Holding up at second is Beckstein. 4 straight have reached out of the gates for the Gulls.
The Gulls are being aggressive on the count, not wasting no time and swinging the pitch early on. And that's what you got to do in order to succeed.
Inning extends for Slate Alford. Alford is a 273 hitter entering play today. Home run, 14 RBIs. Has a runner in scoring position now for him. Already 2 runs in for the Gulls in the top of the first. First pitch is taken down and away for a ball.
This past Monday, Slade Alford hit a grand slam in the game. That it was a crucial for the Gulls' victory here on Monday night here in Cardines.
The 2022 NECBL Rookie of the Year is ahead in the count, but now it's evened up. He's way out in front on a little bit of a change of pace from Hunter Reynolds.
Yeah, Alford's been coming alive over the past couple weeks. It's been a little bit of a struggle for Alford early on, but seems to have found his power stroke as well. Hit a grand slam, as Jose said a couple days ago.
Fooled on that pitch, and he's down in the count. That home run was his 10th of his NECBL regular season career. Alford out of Mississippi State. Looks to shorten up and put the ball in play here, down 1-2. Reynolds delivers. That one hangs too high. Count evens. Nick Monaster at second base, holding on Beckstein. But then shaded up the middle, trying to get the double play ball. Still nobody down here in the top of the first. Big lead, not going, and the pitch is down and in, blocked by Brugman. And the count is full.
Yeah, Beckstein really dancing off of second base, and I'm surprised Reynolds didn't look over. But Beckstein was almost halfway to third base when Reynolds released that ball.
With a full count here, we'll see if he goes, if he can get a good read. Another healthy lead. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, first strikeout, first out recorded by Hunter Reynolds.
Yeah, nice job by Reynolds getting that strikeout there on Alford. A very good hitter in Alford, and Reynolds picking a really good spot to get that first strikeout and first out here in the first.
Now coming to the plate is another East Division All-Star in Matt Shark. Shark hitting 274 with 5 long balls. 18 runs batted in. As he takes that one, holds back, but called a strike at the knees. Shark had the day off yesterday, last in action on the 17th against the Valley Blue Sox. Oh, 1, he holds up again, still at the knees, so back-to-back called strikes, and he's down in the count 0-2.
On July 14, Shark against the Ocean State Waves, a multi-home run game, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs on 11-3 win here in Cardines.
Reynolds looks the runner. He's still dancing off a second. Nobody covers. And a check swing. He could not hold up far enough. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Hunter Reynolds, and there's 2 down.
And these are 2 really good hitters in Alford and Shark that Reynolds has now bared down and struck out. So really good sign if you're an Upper Valley Nighthawk fan, as Reynolds seems to have settled down very quickly after giving up that 2-run home run and then those 2 consecutive base runners to Beckstein and Hare.
Now, a round of applause for Billy Butler, the University of Rhode Island product, to the plate with 2 down, 2 on for Newport. Takes the first one down and away for a ball.
And Butler will be representing the Gulls in the home run derby competition.
Yes.
2 home runs this season, but flashing the power. That one too high. Now it's a 2-0 count. Butler had 13 home runs last season with the University of Rhode Island en route to an All-Atlantic 10 first-team nod. Home run derby should be fun up at Frazier Field. 2-0, that's flared up and out of play over towards the street behind us.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that because it's one of the bigger ballparks, I would say. It's not huge, but it's one of the bigger ones in the NECBL, and it'll give these hitters, who obviously have immense power, a little bit of a challenge.
Ryan Cesarini is the Nighthawks representative in the home run derby. He's batting fourth for the Nighthawks as this one's sent to deep center field. Dylan Palmer on the run, over his head, and it will roll all the way to the wall. One run is in. In comes Hare. The throw will come into third with no avail. A 2-run double for Billy Butler makes it 4-0 early.
And that was a solid crack off the bat by Billy Butler. He certainly needed that hit, and that one out to the deepest part of the park. Again, Palmer could not run it down. I think he was shaded a little bit towards the opposite way, and he had to run a long way to try and get that one, and by the time he realized it, it was over his head and an easy 2-run double.
A small hill out there in dead center field, a la Tells Hill, which used to stand at Minute Maid Park in Houston. He sent it right there. Palmer had to scale it, and the throw in, not nearly in time for the double. First pitch up and into the catcher, Ryan Proto, the 8th batter sent to the plate here in the inning for Newport.
Butler last week committed to the University of Southern Mississippi.
As this one sent in the air to left center field, Palmer over and just in front of the wall makes the catch, and the side finally retired, but not before. 4-run score on 4 Newport hits. They carry a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the first on the NECBL network.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
On Sunday, July 23rd, the NECBL's best will head to historic Frazier Field in Lynn, Massachusetts for the 2023 NECBL All-Star Game presented by Metro Credit Union. Don't miss the marquee event of the summer. Visit asg23.necbl.com for more information. The choice of Major League All-Stars is now the official batting gloves of the New England League, Bruce Bolt. Bruce Bolt batting gloves are handmade by skilled craftsmen using 100% real Cabretta leather. The stitching, materials, and unique design make these the best-fitting, most durable batting gloves in baseball. For more information, visit brucebolt.us. That's brucebolt.us.
4-0 goals here as we head to the bottom of the first on the NECBL network. Now let's run through the Upper Valley starting lineup. They'll lead things off with the left fielder, Adarius Myers. He's followed by the shortstop, Tyler Long, and the catcher, Kevin Brugman. The home run derby participant, Ryan Cesarini, will bat cleanup, and he's the DH. He's followed by the right fielder, Steve Harrington, and second baseman, Nick Monaster. After him is the birthday boy, Matthew Russo. He's celebrating his 21st birthday. He's at first base. Pat D'Amico at third, and Dylan Palmer in center round out the Upper Valley order. And now it is Adarius Myers to the plate facing off against Adam Marr. And Marr spotted with 4 runs of support before he even toes the pitching rubber.
And Marr's been a very good pitcher for the Gulls this year. Pleasant surprise.
Darius Myers quickly sends one on the ground to short. It's the shortstop Young throwing across, beating out the speedy Myers for the first out.
Marr Mar in 9 innings at home and 2 starts haven't give up a run and just 3 hits and 10 strikeouts, which is amazing. He's looking to bounce back after last outing against Vineyard. Two earned runs, 4 hits.
There was a little bit of tough going for him against the Sharks. Quick out early as the first pitch to Tyler Long now misses just a little bit high.
Yeah, and the Sharks, pretty good offensive team, and I think all in all, a very good start for Mar, but definitely one of his worst outings of the year. I mean, 4 1/3, 2 runs given up. It's not really that bad at all, but for Adam Mar, who has been so good, who has had so much success this year, yeah, maybe it was a little disappointing for him.
He's down 2-0 here to Long, the junior out of Mount St. Mary's. Down and away again. Now it's 3-0 to the Nighthawks shortstop.
Yeah, Mar has been lights out for the Gulls all season long.
And he's not an overpowering guy either. He's more of a control guy. He's only had 6 walks in 22 innings.
3-0, 4-pitch walk. The broadcaster's jinx works in immediately. That's his 7th walk of the season.
I should have known. The count was 3-0, and I bring up the walks. I mean, every single time that's going to happen. 10 out of 10 times I do that. That is easily going to happen every single time. I got to know better.
Hey, it happens to the best of us.
What's impressive about Mar is he has a 4-0 record with a 1.61 ERA in 5 games, and he started 4 of those 5. So that's really good numbers.
First pitch to Kevin Brugman, high for a ball. Brugman getting his first action since the 13th against Vermont. Took a foul ball off the leg behind the plate and then had some time off to rest up. Now back in action here in Rhode Island. That one misses just inside, and he's ahead in the count 2-0. Brugman was also just named a All-Star, this time to the West Division for the Nighthawks. Comes in hitting .276 and a .380 on base percentage. That's tops among catchers in the league. This one, though, right there for a strike. Brugman out of Hofstra University. Looks to return there for his 5th season. A 2-1. Breaking ball hangs too high, a little bit inside as well. So now back-to-back 3-ball counts here. Brugman in charge.
And Mar's got 3 pretty solid pitches. The fastball can reach the mid to upper 80s, but he's also got a nice changeup he throws to righties and a breaking ball he throws to lefties.
They got him picked off at first. What a move by the southpaw. He picks off Tyler Long.
And he did that against Vermont, his first start of the year, and the one thing that everyone was talking about when Adam Mar first came to the Newport Gulls is his pickoff move. He picked off so many players up at UMass Dartmouth this past year, and he's off to he's been doing a great job so far this year here in the NECBL.
He mows down the first base runner for the Nighthawks and now has responded with a strike to Brugman on the foul ball. It's now full.
Mar picked off reminds me a little bit of Andy Pettit of the former Yankees. The same pickoff routine.
Mars sets. Now the 3-2. Outside ball 4. He thought it was there, but just off the outside corner. Back-to-back walks here, but there's 2 down.
And this has not been like Adam Mar that we have seen throughout this year. And just a little off with his fastball command. We'll see if he can rein it in starting against Cicerini.
So now here's Ryan Cesarini, an all-star starter. And also a home run derby participant. Now he's an interesting pick if you don't watch the Nighthawks batting practice, as that misses outside. He does not have a home run this season, does Cesarini. He's still the home run derby participant. Now 8 home runs this year for St. Joseph's. And also just absolute power shown during batting practice, as they'll take another look over. Close play, but Brugman back safely.
And that was another time, too, where Brugman almost got picked off. He was flat-footed and standing there for an extra second when Mar threw that over. Luckily, he wasn't too far away from first base.
Nighthawks runners have to be on high alert at first, as this is popped up on the left side. Coasting back is the shortstop, Young. And on the edge of the infield, Dirt makes the catch. The side is retired. 2 walks in the inning, but a great pickoff move by Adam Marr helps them escape. With only 1 runner left on base, we head to the second. Still a 4-0 lead for the Gulls on the NECBL network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, July 31st, when the 2023 New England League playoffs will get underway. This year's postseason will feature an 8-team bracket with 3 rounds of best-of-3 series to determine the league champion. Whether you're an island resident or planning a summer getaway, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
When a home is damaged by fire, flood, wind, or whatever, most people just settle for what the insurance company will pay. When disaster strikes, insurance companies are represented. You should be too. Contact Iovino Appraisal Service, Public Insurance Adjusters. They'll take you through the entire claims process and decipher your policy coverages. Iovino Appraisal Service, Public Insurance Adjusters can also help with content inventory, temporary housing, and more. Protect your interests. Iovino Appraisal Service, 365-3299.
Newport Gulls flying high early. They carry a 4-0 lead over the UpperValley Nighthawks. And they are coming to the plate here in the top of the second. Again, the Gulls, the road team in Game 1 of a doubleheader, only going 7 innings here. And it's 9-1-2 due up. Tyler Young will swing the bat for his first time of the afternoon. Takes the first pitch, strike at the knees.
Young got the start last night as well, but only got to partake in a couple at-bats, so he's getting another half-ish, more than half game here too.
This one down low, ball and a strike. Again, last night the Gulls didn't get the chance to play the full game. Only 5 full innings played before darkness set on to Muzzy Field because of the lights not working there in Bristol. See a little bit of everything in the NECBL. The 1-1, that's taken at the knees, a called strike 2.
Oh yeah, it was bizarre. I mean, we thought that the lights were just going to come on. I noticed it in like the 4th, 5th inning. I was like, yeah, I mean the lights aren't on yet, but they'll turn them on. And then all of a sudden, beginning of the 6th inning, all the umpires got together and they just didn't come on.
Yeah, that.
This one up the middle, tough play. They want a range shown. They pick it first. He got him. Tyler Long flashing the range at short, and he puts it away for the first out.
What a play by the shortstop, Long, flashing up the middle, showing off the range and the arm, and a really good pick over there at first base, too. Just a really good play all around by the Nighthawks defense.
So now here in the second inning, Nico Brini will get his second at-bat of the day already. He already singled and scored to lead off the ball game against Hunter Reynolds. First pitch taking, and it's a strike on the outside edge.
Yeah, going back to the lights of last night's game, I was about to say, in one point of the game, we thought the lights were going to go back on because they did a test.
This one in the dirt?
And the lights did not turn on at all. They turn it on and off to see what's going on, but not. Then the umpire reunite with both managers, and then after like 10, 15 minutes later, they decided to call it off.
Hopefully no issues with that here in Newport tonight. Scheduled for Twin Bill. Game 2 getting underway, scheduled for 6:35. This is smoked on the ground, but foul.
I feel like in this year, in particular, there's just been so many ties that have been handed out. I know traditionally in the NECBL, there's like probably 1 or 2 games that end in ties throughout the season, but there have already been a handful of ties this year.
In fact, for Bristol, that was their second tie of the season, throwing a wrench in things when it comes to the standings of the West Division. A pitch up and away. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the center fielder, Brini. Brini trying to make it 2 for 2 on the ball game. The second baseman, Monaster, shaded up the middle against the left-hander. Breaking ball too high, didn't break quite enough. Rather, excuse me, that's long up the middle, so a defensive shift employed here by the Nighthawks. 3 infielders to the right side of second base.
Yeah, you don't see this anymore in the major leagues. That is outlawed, but in the NECBL, it's still a thing.
This one popped foul and out of the ballpark. And we'll have to do the 3-2 again.
Gotta think it's gotta be more mental for the hitter when you see that shift, because you see those 3 infielders on the right side. You're trying your very best to just get a ball in the outer part of the plate. But, I mean, if you're thinking about that and trying to hit it to the left side, you're not focusing on what you should be doing at the plate, which is just to take the ball where it's hit or where it's pitched. I think it's more mental.
Another 3-2. This one too high, and he works a walk. Yeah, going against the shift, it's just so much easier said than done. And you would think, why didn't players, when it was legal in the MLB, just lay down a bunt or just slap one the other way? It's free extra bases, but it's so hard to do.
It is. It really is. And the pitcher obviously is aware of the shift being played, and the pitcher pitches to the shift, pitches you inside, and it's really tough to get that ball the opposite way when it's bearing in on you.
So now here comes Michael Anderson. Takes the first pitch way up, and Brugman had to get out of his crouch to get it. Anderson had the big blast in the first to dead center. And that gave his team an early 2-0 lead, which was expanded upon later in the inning. A 4 spot in the top of the first against Hunter Reynolds. 1-0. That's right there for a strike.
So far this season, I've never seen a ball that was hit in the deepest part of the ballpark and actually was out of here for a home run. That was the first time I've seen that all year.
Cleared the fence, no issue, did Anderson. Long pause. Now the pitch. It is a called strike at the knees. Brugman got it on the frame.
Hit it over the 360 sign and dead center field.
See if he makes an adjustment down in the count here, 1-2. Brini, the runner at first with 1 down. The pitch, swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts now for Hunter Reynolds, and there's 2 down in the top of the second.
Yeah, that's just bully ball from Reynolds, throwing that fastball right by Anderson a couple times, and he just could not come up with it. So nice job by Reynolds getting that strikeout, and now he's going to deal with Beckstein, who he walked in the first at-bat. So hopefully Reynolds is starting to rein in that command.
He walked and also came around to score, did Beckstein. Scored on the 2-run double by Billy Butler. First pitch bounces in, the throw behind the runner, and they got him. Kevin Brugman, a clean scoop behind the plate, and then picks off the runner, Brini, trying to get a read, and the side is retired. An unconventional 1-2-3 inning, much needed for Hunter Reynolds. The Nighthawks come to the plate in the bottom of the second, still trailing 4-0 on the NECBL network.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
On Sunday, July 23rd, the NECBL's best will head to historic Frazier Field in Lynn, Massachusetts for the 2023 NECBL All-Star Game presented by Metro Credit Union. Don't miss the marquee event of the summer. Visit asg23.necbl.com for more information.
We're back here at Cardines Field, still a 4-0 lead, ending to the bottom of the second. Well, guys, we're only an inning and a half through this, but we've already seen 2 pickoffs at first base, some great defense on both sides.
Yeah, it's either great defense or just bad base running by each teams. Nico, in that last half inning, he got picked off just a little too far out off of first base, and I don't know if he was going or had thoughts of going, but he was picked off. And then Adam Marr, he's got a great pickoff move, and he caught Tyler Long flat-footed at first base. So a couple different times where these base runners on each team have been caught napping.
First pitch was in for a strike to Steve Harrington. Left-on-left matchup to start things off in the bottom of the second against Adam Marr, and now he's ahead in the count 0-2 after a great breaking ball.
Yeah, loves to throw that curveball to the left-handed hitters. Will occasionally throw it to the righties, but he's got a really good curveball.
I'm expecting Marr to regroup after giving up 2 walks in the inning prior.
He goes back to the breaking ball and gets Harrington to hack through it. The first strikeout for Adam Marr. So that brings in Nick Monaster. Monaster had a home run against North Shore in Game 1 of doubleheader, then followed it up with a triple in Game 2. He fouls this one off for a strike. Monaster, a two-way player from Southern Miss. Batting .256 on the year, .419 slugging percentage. This is chop foul, and he's in a hole 0-2. Monaster looking to find a way on and try to disrupt the groove of Marr. This bounces in. Now a 1-2 count. On deck is Matthew Rousseau. 1-2. Fouled straight back. This has been something that's been consistent for the Nighthawks and manager Matt Paws, the back-to-back Southern Miss players at the bottom half of the order. The 1-2 to Monaster. Way late on a fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Marr.
Marr looks like that he settled in after the first inning with that 2 straight strikeout.
And he looks for one more here against Matthew Russo. Russo comes in hitting 189, but had a solid showing against the Navigators in the doubleheader several days ago, 2 for 6 with an RBI. Takes a first pitch fastball off the inner half for a ball. Russo mentioned it earlier, celebrating his 21st birthday here in Newport. Parents made the trip up from Louisiana for the ball game, and that's up and away for a ball. Another left-on-left matchup here. This one topped over off the foot of Russo. He shakes it off. It'll be a 2-1-1 count.
Not a lot of baseball players can say they actually play a game on their birthday. So it's a few that could say that.
What a way to be spending your 21st birthday, too. At that. A couple of players here for the Nighthawks have celebrated their 21st with the team. Now, Jake Bullard, who has returned to the team after a short vacation, also celebrated his, but His was on July 3rd, so he had the game, then went out and had a party with the team, and then July 4th, the off day, used that to start his vacation. 2-1, low and away. Now ahead in the count is the first baseman, Russo. Let's see if he gets the green light here. Marr fires. High ball 4. Third walk of the ball game issued by the southpaw Marr.
Yeah, and for Marr, this is just the third time already, like you said, Ian, and it's not really like him to walk guys. Normally, he's a guy who isn't going to overpower anybody, and he already has 3 strikeouts through the first 1 inning plus, so that's not really like him either. So it's been kind of peculiar. He's been missing bats. He's been kind of erratic so far, and see what he's got here as he tries to just go back to form.
Yeah, he pumps a fastball, Pat D'Amico, to start off the Nighthawks third baseman. And maybe the little bit of change in pace for Marr is because of the 4-run lead he's been provided. That's fouled back, and now it's an 0-2 count.
And it's a season high for Marr. 3 walks in a game. The most he ever walked was 2. His last start against the Vineyard, and on June 11 against Vermont. So he never walked 3 batters in a game.
So he's looking to bounce back here and looking good so far. 0-2 count against the third baseman, D'Amico, who, like Russo, went 2 for 6 in the doubleheader against the Navs. D'Amico, a junior from Seton Hall. Working from the stretch, the 0-2. That's off the end of the bat and into right field, a base hit. Russo will hold up at second. And a 2-out single for D'Amico extends the Nighthawk inning.
Nice shot by D'Amico, going the other way with that pitch, just hitting it right where it came from and not trying to do too much. If you try to pull that ball over to the left side, that is probably going to be an easy ground out to either Slade Alford at third or the shortstop Tyler Young. So really good piece of hitting by D'Amico. And the Nighthawks with a prime chance now to try and cut into this lead.
It'll be the Hofstra sophomore Dylan Palmer with a chance. First pitch swinging off the hands and foul to the left side. Palmer comes in hitting .230 after an impressive freshman season where he hit .369 for the Hofstra Pride. But Palmer also getting used to swinging the wood bat, has been hitting better as of late. As this one is smacked into left field, the left fielder Butler will come in now and make the catch. The side is retired. Nighthawks threaten, they put 2 on, but they strand them there. We head to the third inning. When we come back from the break, Quentin Pelzel will take you on the call for the middle 3 innings on the NECBL Network.
Whether you're an island resident or planning a summer getaway, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
When a home is damaged by fire, flood, wind, or whatever, most people just settle for what the insurance company will pay. When disaster strikes, insurance companies are represented. You should be too. Contact Iovino Appraisal Service, Public Insurance Adjusters. They'll take you through the entire claims process and decipher your policy coverages. Iovino Appraisal Service, Public Insurance Adjusters can also help with content inventory, temporary housing, and more. Protect your interests. Iovino Appraisal Service, 365-3299.
Cardines Field as we head to the top of the third inning. Quinton Pelzel, Ian Pinky, and Jose Rodriguez with you, bringing you NECBL baseball on this Wednesday afternoon, the first of two games between the Newport Gulls and the UpperValley Nighthawks. And if you're wondering why the Newport Gulls are batting in the top of the third here at Cardines Field, it's because this is the first and only time these two teams will play each other this year. So instead of the Nighthawks coming here for a game and the Gulls going to Hartford, Vermont for a game, they just decided, let's just play two here, and each team will take turns being the home team. So Nighthawks are the home team for game one, and that is why they're on the mound. And Luke Beckstein is at the plate. He's ahead 2-0. Hunter Reynolds back to the mound for the Nighthawks. Had a shaky first inning, but he came back with a stellar second inning. That one is in there for a strike, 2-1.
Luke Beckstein is one of the finalists to go to the All-Star game. We need the fan vote to bring him to Lynn.
Said it would be a great honor for him, and if he were to get selected to represent the Gulls, he would be one of 6 Newport Gulls players playing in the All-Star game. Tyler Hare, he is starting in the All-Star game. He's waiting on deck. It'll be a 3-1 to Beckstein. Taken at the knees for a strike. Count now 3-2. Beckstein from Northeastern University, playing the position of second base tonight. We have seen him play shortstop this year, third base, left field. We've even seen him on the mound during warm-ups, as that one is swung on and missed, strike 3. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove of Brugman, and that'll be a strikeout for Reynolds to start the third.
Reynolds has looked a lot better since that first inning. He's now retired 5 batters, well, 4 out of 5 batters, but 5 straight have been sat down thanks to Brini being picked off at first.
So now it'll be Tyler Hare, as Reynolds has back-to-back strikeouts going back to the last inning where he got Anderson swinging, and that one is going to be outside. 1-0 to Tyler Hare.
And he has 4 strikeouts as well, so not much of a strikeout pitcher coming into this one, but after being knocked around early, he's really settled in and gotten a lot of swing and misses.
Good news for the Nighthawks as well, because it is a doubleheader, as Reynolds is going to deal one in their first strike. Count's going to be 1-1 to Hare, who's a .290 hitter with 5 home runs and 15 runs batted in. His 15 RBIs are second on the team, and his 5 home runs are tied for first with Matthew Shark. And that one is skied into shallow right center field. Right fielder Harrington will give way to the second baseman Monaster, and he makes the catch, 2 down.
Harrington is a first baseman by trade, plays first base more often at Hofstra than he does the outfield, so maybe that is the reason why Monaster took charge, as Monaster is also an outfielder at Southern Miss, but a little bit of experience all over the field for those 2 guys on the right side. Monaster took charge and made the catch.
Yeah, the end result was a success for the Nighthawks. That's all that matters, as Slade Alford whiffs and misses, strike 1. Struck out his first at-bat. Alford's got his average to .273 with a home run and 14 runs batted in. He has been the anchor of the middle of the lineup for the Gulls pretty much all season. 0-1, another swing and a miss. So that's 2 breaking balls from Reynolds and 2 swings and misses. We'll see what Reynolds goes with here.
With 2 strikes in the count, Alfred got to protect the plate and drive one if he likes it.
Reynolds works out of the stretch with nobody on base. That is going to be ripped to deep left field, and Myers, all he could do is look up, as that one is way out of here. A home run for Slade Alford. His second home run of the season. We saw him hit a grand slam here last time the Gulls were playing at Cardines, and it seems like he has found the power stroke. Gulls lead 5-0.
Back-to-back home games for Alfred with a home run. That one was crushed, no doubt about it.
You mentioned that Reynolds got ahead on back-to-back curveballs. Well, he tried to rush a fastball by him that time, but Alford was sitting on it and absolutely crushed it into the trees, hanging over left field fence.
Yeah, that one was absolutely smoked. And now here is Matt Shark, who's certainly capable of hitting his own home runs, as that one is going to be taken low, 1-0. So for Slade Alford, that is home run number 2 and RBI number 15 on the season for him. Taken low, 2-0, and it's a really good sign if you're a Newport Gulls fan, because this team has lost a lot of key players, including D'Onofrio and Calisagum, Dakota Jordan, who they had at the beginning of the year, Trent Farquhar. It's a bunch of firepower in the middle of this lineup that has gotten taken away, and the Gulls need 1 or 2 players to really step up, and Alford has. Nice sliding stop by third baseman D'Amico, and a perfect strike to first. D'Amico showing off the glove, and that'll end the top of the third, but not before Slade Alford hits his second home run of the season and extends the Gulls' lead to 5-0 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
On Sunday, July 23rd, the NECBL's best will head to historic Frazier Field in Lynn, Massachusetts for the 2023 NECBL All-Star Game presented by Metro Credit Union. Don't miss the marquee event of the summer. Visit asg23.necbl.com for more information. The choice of Major League All-Stars is now the official batting gloves of the New England League, Bruce Bolt. Bruce Bolt batting gloves are handmade by skilled craftsmen using 100% real Cabretta leather. The stitching, materials, and unique design make these the best-fitting, most durable batting gloves in baseball. For more information, visit brucebolt.us. That's brucebolt.us. Fans, stay connected by following the New England League on all of our social media channels. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/NECBL. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the NECBL, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.
Heading to the bottom of the third at Cardines Field, Quinton Pelzel, Ian Pinky, and Jose Rodriguez with you. On this Wednesday afternoon, it is 5-0 Gulls as the Nighthawks come to bat in the bottom of the third inning, back to the top of the lineup. Darius Myers, Tyler Long, and Kevin Brugman due up for the Nighthawks as they just try to get at least one of these runs back that the Gulls have. Home run in the top of the third inning for Slade Alford, his second home run of the season, giving the Gulls a 5-0 lead on the solo shot.
And for the Nighthawks, so you mentioned it's the second time up for Darius Myers, but only 1 hit for the order the first time through. Now 3 walks is a good sign, but only 1 hit. Have yet to really catch on to what Myers has been throwing.
Myers, the NECBL's leading hitter in terms of batting average, and he will be starting in the All-Star game on Sunday representing the Nighthawks. Just had a stellar season for Upper Valley. That one is popped up, fouled. Myers hoping that it goes out of play, but Proto will have a play, and he'll make the catch. 1 down as that ball just tracked backwards. Proto stuck with it, and he made the catch.
Nice play by Proto, just reading the ball, see where the ball was to make the catch for the first out.
Now the batter is Tyler Long. He'll try his second at-bat of the game. Walked and got picked off back in the first inning. Stellar pickoff move by Adam Marr. That one going to be low and outside. Count now 1-0. Too Long, playing his first summer baseball season. Long, a .281 hitter with no home runs and 3 runs batted in. That one taken high in the count 2-0.
He's been seeing the ball much better as of late. He was hitting down below the Mendoza line early in the year, but has really caught fire the last 10 games.
Marr trying to deal a strike. He does that as Long is right on that fastball, but he fouls it off. 2-1. Long from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, a rising senior. And Ian, to your point, he has multi-hit games in 3 of his last 4. Went 2 for 3 in game 2 of the doubleheader a few days ago against the Navigators. His average at the beginning of the month was at 222. It is now 281. So he's raised his 60 points in about 10 days.
And it's all about making adjustments with the wood bats. You don't really have the power that you have with the aluminum or composite bats in college. So you have to find some way to generate power. And he's started to become more of a line drive, consistent contact hitter.
And Long really choking up on the bat, but it does not help him out there as he's behind the 84-mile-an-hour fastball. Chalk that up as the 3rd strikeout for Adam Marr, and there's 2 down.
Hey, he's just finding some swing and miss here in this ball game. Not only missing barrels, but also just completely missing the bats of these Nighthawk hitters and trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here against Brugman.
Brugman walked in his first at-bat. And that one lined down the right field line, slicing, and it'll go to the corner of foul. 0-1.
Brugman specializes in hitting doubles. They call him a doubles machine up at Hofstra, and he almost hit one there, behind on it, sitting back on the fastball that time from Marr. Just a little bit too late on it. Couldn't keep it fair over by the warehouse in right field.
The warehouse is in play. If the ball lands in fair territory and bounces off the side, it is still in play and not a ground rule double. Brugman from Hofstra, first team All-CAA as that ball is low. Hit 325 with Hofstra. 6 home runs and 41 runs batted in.
20 doubles last year, too. Already has 4 here with UpperValley. A lot of those coming earlier in the year.
Batting in the 3 spot for the Nighthawks as that one is fouled away. And it's 1-2. Brugman, a 276 hitter in the NECBL this year. Playing in his 19th game. It'll be 1-2 on Brugman. He swings and lines one to left, sending Butler back, and he is going to play it a 1-hop off the wall. Brugman rounds first. He speeds into second with a 2-out double. Nice shot there by Brugman. We talked about the doubles that he hit this year at Hofstra, and he's got a double here in the NECBL.
It's just consistent. You can expect him when he hits for power, it's going to be into the alleys or over the head for a double, and that's just what happened there. Nothing that Butler could do in left field except play it off the wall, and Brugman trying to start something with 2 outs here. He's gotten the first extra base hit off of Marr.
Second hit of the game for the Nighthawks, and now it'll be Ryan Cesarini as he steps to the plate. The Nighthawks come into this game first in the NECBL in hitting with a 254 batting average. So a very adept offense. And that one is high and in. Count now 1-0. So the Nighthawks, the #1 offense in the NECBL. And the Gulls, the #1 pitching staff in the NECBL.
Great combination.
So far, it's been the Gulls pitching staff that has gotten the better of the Nighthawks, but UpperValley, all they need is 1 inning to explode.
And it's difficult to explode with Marr on the mound. Like at home, so far he haven't given up a run.
Yeah, he's been close to untouchable as Cesarini swings and misses. The count now 1-2.
And it's looked much the same here today. He's already in front of Cesarini 0-2, a guy who doesn't swing and miss much, but made him look a little bit silly there on the outside pitch.
See what he goes with here as Brugman still the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, flied into right center field. The right fielder, Tyler Hare, will make the grab, and that will do it for the Nighthawks here in the bottom of the third. The Nighthawks get a hit. They strand one. No runs cross the plate. Heading to the fourth at Cardines Field, it is the Newport Gulls 5 and the Upper Valley Nighthawks 0 on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season.
I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. New memories spark to motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the place. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the camera, but the drummer passion never rests. Freedom is our teacher under pressure, now we blessed. Yeah, it's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Let's go.
PACE is a health plan that lets mom live at home and gives her the care and support she has to have. PACE has been a real lifesaver for her and for me.
Contact PACE, the statewide health plan for aging well at home.
Back to Cardines Field as we head to the top of the fourth inning. 5-0 Newport Gulls on top of the Upper Valley Nighthawks. Quentin Pelzel, Ian Binky, and Jose Rodriguez with you in beautiful Newport, Rhode Island. Got an overcast. It's cooled down just a little bit from its peak. Right around 1 o'clock it was close to 90 degrees, but it's pretty comfortable here as the Nighthawks will go to the bullpen for the first time tonight. It is the right-hander, Nick Pappas.
We see another UMass Dartmouth arm on the mound after Maher started. It's now Pappas on in relief. His first appearance here in the NECBL with the Nighthawks, but this summer he started with the Geneva Red Wings in the Perfect Game League. In over 8 games, sported a 1.35 ERA, only 2 earned runs allowed over 13 1/3, struck out 5 in that line of work.
So we'll see how long he goes against the Gulls, as the first batter he'll face will be Billy Butler, who swings and misses, strike 1. Pappas just looking to give the Nighthawks a couple innings, maybe even a few, just to try to get them through this doubleheader. Game 1, as that one is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2 to Butler.
And 1 point for improvement with the Red Wings was the walks. He walked 9 in 13 1/3, so trying to cut down on that. He walked 5 over 9 innings in his sophomore season at UMass Dartmouth.
0-2. And Butler lays off a tough breaking ball. Count now 1-2. Butler had a 2-run double back in the first inning. Scored Beckstein and Hare.
Butler announced that he's transferring to the University of Mississippi, Southern Mississippi.
And that one is swung on and missed, strike 3. So first batter, Pappas faces out of the bullpen. He promptly strikes out, and there's 1 out here in the 4th.
And he's over here shaking his head now, talking to the batter who now stands on deck in Young. So not much of a bulk out yet on Pappas in the NECBL, but early signs look promising.
Pappas works from the stretch with nobody on base, and that one is lined. Base hit down the left field line. Over to get it quickly is Myers. Proto will hold at first as Myers gets that ball in quick. It gets away on the infield momentarily, but backed up by Russo. So Ryan Proto singles, and he's now 1 for 2 tonight.
Good piece of hitting there from Proto. Just a hard line drive down the left field line. Stayed fair and not hit hard enough necessarily for extra bases. Myers able to cut it off before it rolled past him, but good swing there to get on base.
So Proto at first, and now the number 9 hitter in Tyler Young. He takes a strike. 0-1. Young so far tonight is 0 for 1, grounded out to his counter partner in Tyler Long, as that one is hit to left field. On the run is Myers, and he will get there to make the catch. Proto will have to retreat back to first base, and there's 2 down.
Another hard hit ball, but this one in the air long enough for Myers to range over and make the catch. He got a good read on that one, and that's something that he provides in left field. He gets a much better read on the ball in left field than he does in center, where he can play between those 2 spots, but much more smoother defensively in the left field position.
Here's Nico Brini, as we're back to the top of the lineup for the 3rd time today. Brini 1 for 1. Takes a strike. Brini singled in the first and walked in the second. Brini's now got his average up over 250. Pitch is taken outside. Count now even at 1. Brini from the University of Connecticut. 1-1 is reached for, hit in the air to center field. Coming in on it is Palmer, and he'll make the grab to retire the side for the Gulls. The Gulls get 1 hit, and they strand him at first. Middle of the 4th at Cardines. It is the Gulls 5 and the Nighthawks 0 on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The choice of Major League All-Stars is now the official batting gloves of the New England League, Bruce Bolt. Bruce Bolt batting gloves are handmade by skilled craftsmen using 100% real Cabretta leather. The stitching, materials, and unique design make these the best-fitting, most durable batting gloves in baseball. For more information, visit brucebolt.us. That's brucebolt.us. Fans, stay connected by following the New England League on all of our social media channels. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/NECBL. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the NECBL. And subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Did you know that the NECBL plays over 40 games in under 2 months? That's a lot of baseball to stay on top of. If you want to make sure you don't miss a thing, sign up for the official NECBL newsletter, providing updates emailed directly to you, highlighting the best of the week that was. Don't miss out. Sign up at NECBL.com today.
Welcome back to Cardines Field as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Adam Marr back to the mound for the Newport Gulls, his 4th inning of work, and he's been great. He has only limited this Nighthawks offense to 2 hits through the first 3 innings, and Ian, this is a really good Nighthawks offense, and Adam Marr has looked tall to the task against a very formidable offense.
Yeah, I mean, over the course of the season, Nighthawks had some ups and downs when it comes to the defense. When they bust out for big offensive performances, they bust out big time, but sometimes they can go cold, and Marr right now is settled into a groove, going to be very tough to get him out of it.
Left-hander from UMass Dartmouth has looked great, and as Jose has said numerous times on the broadcast today, Adam Marr is a different pitcher at home than he is on the road. It's not that he is terrible on the road, but he's just so good at home. He has yet to give up a hit, or give up a run, excuse me, in 12 innings pitched here at Cardines. That's including today. Cesarini the batter, and he swings and fouls it back. It's 2-1 on Harrington, excuse me. Cesarini made the last out of the 3rd. I did not mark that down in my book.
I like about Marr is he knows the pitches that he throws, and he knows the pitches that he throws, and the sequence, how to pitch each batter as the game go on and as the game progresses in each situation.
It'll be a 3-1 to Harrington, and he takes a strike, 3-2.
Harrington here trying to make contact with this strikeout in the second. He's now struck out 35 times this year, so trying to change that up and make more consistent contact.
Gulls playing straight up on the infield. The pitch is going to be hit off the fist slowly. Second baseman Beckstein bobbles it, picks it up, throws to first. Not in time. And Beckstein will be charged with the error, as you got to give credit to Harrington, too. He was hustling down the line on what should have been a routine ground out.
Exactly, and that's why you run hard out of the box. You never know what can happen, especially when the ball is on the ground. It's much tougher for two guys to make the play with the field and then the catch at first than it is for one on a fly ball. So always run hard. You never know that you could be rewarded like Harrington just was.
It was probably a bang-bang play at first base. It could have gone either way.
And Beckstein normally so sure-handed over at second. He's played, as I said, just about everywhere on the infield and in the outfield as well. He is the Swiss Army knife for Frank Holbrook's defense, but just took his eye off the ball there. Harrington at first to lead off this bottom of the fourth inning. Pickoff play to first, and he's out. Second pickoff of the game as Harrington stumbled back into first base. And there is one out as Luke Beckstein is a pretty happy guy right now as his error is erased.
And for the Nighthawks now, you pretty much just have to reserve yourself to a one, maybe two-step lead at first. You cannot get out to a big lead against this southpaw.
So now Monaster is up with the bases empty, and it's 2-0. The Nighthawks second baseman. 2-0 is fouled back, and it is off of the catcher Proto.
It's really rare that you see a pitcher getting pick someone off 2 times in one game, the same pitcher.
And it's so big, this one, against Harrington because he's a leadoff base runner. It not only picks up your second baseman, Beckstein, after a tough play out there at second, he's charged with the error, but also just erasing a leadoff base runner makes yourself pitch with so much more confidence, so much more ease than when you're dealing with a runner on first base to lead off an inning.
Especially with a 5-run lead that the Gulls have. It put less pressure at all for Mar.
And for the Nighthawks, who are down by 5 runs, it's just so deflating when you get those runners finally on base and they get thrown out or picked off or stranded out there, because you need to make the most of every base runner you have, especially because this is only a 7-inning game. You don't have the full 9. I mean, we're already just about halfway through as that one is grounded down the line. Diving as Alford stops it, picks it up, throws to first, not in time as Anderson comes off the base to make sure it doesn't go behind him. So that should be an infield single for Monaster, and he's at first with 1 out.
Alford is in his knee right now. I don't know if he got hurt. He's walking slowly right now.
Looks to be okay, dusting himself off, but that was still a good play from Alford because it saves the extra base. That one going down the line, not sure if Butler would have been able to get there to prevent the double for Monastery. Holds him on first here with 1 out.
Yeah, it's a really good point, Ian, as it keeps the fielder's choice intact, the force at second base, and it also gives Mar another opportunity to see if he can pick off a base runner.
Yeah, that's the real treat now. Get him to pick off another runner at first. Now, Monaster does have some considerable speed, has stolen 6 bases this year, so we'll see how aggressive he is with his lead at first.
And I'm sure that Mar is probably aware of that he's a speedy runner on base.
Monaster has only been caught stealing once. Here's the first pickoff try, and Monaster dives back in safely.
And he was aware of it, too. It's so tough to get a read on a left-handed pitcher when he picks off. When a right-hander, you can look at the back foot, see when he steps back. But with a left-handed pitcher, you have to wait to see if he steps over towards first base or goes home.
Comes home this time, and Russo fouls it off. 0-2 as Mar is quickly ahead of Russo. Mar only at 47 pitches through a little over 3 innings, 3 1/3, which is pretty good. Good efficiency for Mar, who's throwing 35 strikes and 24 balls. Russo walked in his first at-bat. Monasterio at first, as that one is low. Count is 1-2. Russo batting 189 coming into this game. Big left-handed hitter. Fouls it off.
And for Russo, the talk with hitting coach Garrett Nance has been learning how to backspin the baseball with the wood bats. He has had some power with composite bats with metal, but has not translated to the wood bats, and that's because he's not been able to topspin the ball, hasn't been able to get it in the air and carry it. It's been everything either popped up or on the ground, trying to make the adjustment.
He's got hits in 2 of his last 3 games. In his last start in Game 2 against the Navigators, did not pick up a hit, but he had an RBI and had 2 walks. Another pickoff play to first, and Monasterio back in standing this time.
Well, he got in standing because he did not get a good read on the pickoff. He hesitated for a moment, then had to scramble back to the bag.
It'll be a 1-2. High and outside. Monasterio stays at first, and it's 2-2. Russo from Madisonville, Louisiana, stands at 6'2", 240 from the University of Southern Mississippi. Pitch is fouled back. Good at bat here by Russo.
Good at bat. It was a good pitch, too, from Marr. It was diving down and in to the left-handed batter, but good job to keep the hands in and foul it off.
Make him work with a lot of foul balls in this at bat. Working his pitch count up.
2-2. Popped up. That'll be on the infield. Pretty much right on the pitcher's mound. And Alford calls it. He'll make the grab. 2 down. At first, it looked like Marr was going to be calling everybody off. Normally, you do not see the pitcher making that play. That's why he cleared out. And then Anderson came in and then was finally called off by Alford, who took charge. And now it's Pat D'Amico. He singled in his last at-bat. And takes the first pitch strike, 0-1.
I'll tell you, Marr has the base runners for UpperValley in the palm of his hand. All it took was a quick look back at Monasterio to scare him off and send him retreating to first, even though the throw was heading towards home.
0-1. Change up this time outside, 1-1, and that can really play to the advantage of Marr, just because anything hitting the gap, the runner from first base isn't going to get as good of a jump as he normally would with someone who is less adept at picking off base runners. Ooh. Foolish swing there by D'Amico, and it's 1-2.
86th letter high. He really wanted to lay off of it, but instead couldn't hold the hands back, already committed to the swing.
D'Amico batting 178. The pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. And that will do it for the Nighthawks here in the 4th inning. They have a hit and they strand 1. We'll head to the 5th at Cardines Field. It is the Gulls 5 and the Nighthawks 0 on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
On Sunday, July 23rd, the NECBL's best will head to historic Frazier Field in Lynn, Massachusetts for the 2023 NECBL All-Star Game presented by Metro Credit Union. Don't miss the marquee event of the summer. Visit asg23.necbl.com for more information. The choice of Major League All-Stars is now the official batting gloves of the New England League, Bruce Bolt. Bruce Bolt batting gloves are handmade by skilled craftsmen using 100% real Cabretta leather. The stitching, materials, and unique design make these the best-fitting, most durable batting gloves in baseball. For more information, visit brucebolt.us. That's brucebolt.us. Fans, stay connected by following the New England League on all of our social media channels. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/NECBL. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the NECBL. And subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.
Back here at Cardines Field as we head to the 5th inning. Quinton Pelzel, Ian Binky, and Jose Rodriguez with you. It is 5-0 Gulls. And Nick Pappas back to the mound for his second inning of work. He'll deal to 2-3-4 in the Newport Gulls lineup, starting with Michael Anderson. Takes a ball low and outside, 1-0.
And for Pappas, the last inning, gave up some hard contact, but it resulted in outs. That's the big thing. It resulted in outs, but you got to be careful. Keep the ball out of the middle of the zone.
Check swing, fouled back, 1-1 by Anderson, who is 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run. That home run came in the first inning as Anderson launched on the season, home run number 3. Gulls have hit 2 home runs in this game, and that one is hit the other way to right field. Right fielder Harrington makes the catch, 1 down.
Second baseman.
That'll be Luke Beckstein. And we've said it already multiple times on this broadcast tonight. The director of baseball ops, Michael Falcone, also made an announcement in between innings about Luke Beckstein being up for the fan vote, encouraging everyone here at Cardines Field to go online and cast your vote for Luke Beckstein. Count is 0-1. He's 0 for 1. Low and outside, 1-1 to Beckstein, who is a returning Gull. Played last year for Newport, and Gulls have a lot of these returners. About 10 of them from last year's team. So that one has popped up to the right side. Second baseman Monaster makes the catch, 2 down.
Good job here in this inning by Pappas to induce some soft contact. He missed a couple of times over the heart of the plate last inning, but this time he got Anderson to jam one out to right field, and then that time Beckstein popping up into the shallow right field. Monaster came in from second to make the play.
Now it's Tyler Hare, and he takes a ball inside. Hare 1 for 2, singled and scored in the first inning, popped up to the second baseman Monaster in his last at-bat, which came in the third. Hare taps one foul. It's 1-1. Hare from Georgia Tech. Just finished his first year there. Was the number 15 outfielder in all of Georgia coming out of high school.
Experience in summer ball as well. He broke the trend of going to same letters. He went to, or he played, I'll tell you about it on the other side of this pitch.
A little low, 3-1.
He played with the Alpharetta Aviators of the Sun Belt League and then the Madison Mallards of the Northwoods League, but now Newport Gulls, so breaks that trend.
And the Gulls are very lucky to have him as is.
Yeah, he is. Took a little bit of a slow start early this season as he takes a ball low and inside, ball 4. So Pappas walks Hare with 2 outs. As I was saying, Hare got off to a slow start, but he has really kicked it into gear, and he has got himself to a position where he can call himself an all-star starter in the NECBL.
Especially 5 home runs this season.
Now it'll be Slade Alford. 1 for 2. And a home run back in the third, second of the season. There goes Hare. Ball is outside. Throw down to second from Brugman, not in time. So Tyler Hare swipes second base as the Gulls are trying to be pretty aggressive on the base paths.
He got a great jump over there at first base. Good throw from Brugman, really on the money, but the tag much too late because of the big jump from Hare, who steals his first base of the year.
So Gulls trying to tack on another run here in the 5th inning. That one is taken low, and it's 2-0 to Alford. Gulls are technically the away team here in Game 1, even though they're playing at Cardines. So for Game 1, Upper Valley is home, which is why they're pitching here in the top of the 5th. Pitch is a check swing on a ball in the dirt. He did not go. And it's now 3-0 to Alford with Butler waiting on deck. Or, excuse me, Shark waiting on deck. A 3-0 count to Alford. We'll see if he gets the green light. He takes ball 4. So Alford will head down to first. Staying at second is Hare. And now it's been back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Here's Matt Shark.
And for Pappas, has to settle in here. He's walked back-to-back hitters. And this is something that he can kind of struggle with. Get a little bit away from his command. He just has to hope it doesn't snowball here. 2 outs, really 1 pitch away from getting back to the dugout, but a dangerous hitter in Shark.
And let's see if the Gulls can take advantage of those walks.
5 home runs on the season for Shark. From the University of Southern Illinois. Wearing the high socks. There goes the runners, fouled back. It was just Hare who went from second. Alford stayed put at first.
The Gulls trying to be aggressive with an hit and run there.
Not a bad guy to do it with, too. The SIU Saluki, he slugged .581 this year after slugging .546 in his last season at school. So a guy that won't really hit the ball on the ground, but here with 2 outs, don't have to worry about him getting into a double play with the hit and run. Not a bad time to try to send both runners.
And a couple of years ago, played for Jefferson College in 2022 and had 25 home runs in 57 games. Here's the 1-1. That is line to left. Myers will play it off the wall. Routing third, heading for home is Hare into third base. And stopping there is Alford. And on at second with an RBI double is Matt Shark. And the Gulls have a 6-0 lead.
I was talking about, let's see if the Gulls can take advantage of those walks, and the Gulls cash in on that RBI double by Matthew Shark.
2-out walks can really be a killer to a pitcher. You have a chance to get out of the inning unscathed, but then you issue 2 free passes and then a double, where if there's nobody on, it doesn't really hurt you, but with 2 men on, you now have 2 in scoring position still here in this inning.
And here's Billy Butler already with 2 RBIs in today's game. He takes the ball low, 1-0.
And Butler with men on second and third right now with a base hit could knock home 2 runs in.
Butler looking to really put this game out of reach as we're in the 5th inning. That one topped up the third base line. Going to be a tough play for the third baseman, D'Amico. On the run, not in time. Throw was wide of first base. A run comes home to score. We'll see how they rule it. I would lean towards an infield single, but we'll see. And it'll be 7-0 regardless.
It was a tough play for D'Amico. Had to make the throw on the run. The throw up the line a little bit. Swipe tag from Russo, trying to get a piece of the runner Butler just late. And either way, it extends the inning. It makes it a 2-run spot here for the Gulls. A 7-0 ball game.
And they do call that a hit.
That one blooped in the shallow left. That's going to be a base hit for Ryan Proto, his 2nd hit of the game. And his first RBI brings home Matt Shark, and it is now 8-0 Gulls.
And that one is just a sign of things going your way. Shattered bat, jammed him, but still enough on the ball from Proto to get it out of the reach of both Myers and Long trying to get to that, and it makes it 8 now for Newport.
8th batter of the inning, it is Tyler Young.
And 3 runs in this inning all came with 2 outs.
Yeah, the inning started with 2 consecutive outs. Anderson and Beckstein flew out. And then you got a walk to Hare, a walk to Alford.
It goes back to those 2 walks. It extends the inning for your fielders and also gives the hitters confidence and gives them a chance, more chances in the inning to do some damage, and the Gulls have not passed up the opportunity.
They certainly did not. Shark had an RBI double, Butler an RBI single, Proto an RBI single. As that one is hit hard to left field, this one will stay up for Myers. And he'll make the grab to finally retire the side, but not before. The Gulls send 8 to the plate, and they score 3 times on a total of 3 hits and 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 8-0 Gulls on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Over 225 NECBL alumni have gone on to play Major League Baseball, including World Series MVPs Jeremy Pena and Steven Strasburg. With 13 teams in 6 scenic New England communities, the NECBL offers the most entertaining and competitive amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. Now celebrating over a quarter of a century of excellence, the New England League showcases baseball's brightest stars as they keep their eyes on their dream. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit NECBL.com. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, July 31st, when the 2023 New England League playoffs will get underway. This year's postseason will feature an 8-team bracket with 3 rounds of best-of-3 series to determine the league champion. Whether you're an island resident or planning a summer getaway, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
Back here at Cardines Field, as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, Quinton Pelzel, Ian Binkley, and Jose Rodriguez with you. As the Gulls will head to the bullpen for the first time tonight, it is going to be the right-hander from Clemson University, Joe Allen. Stands at 6'3", 215. He'll make his 6th appearance of the year. He's pitched in 9 2/3 innings, has 9 strikeouts to go along with 3 walks, and he's given up 5 hits in those 9 2/3 innings. Last appearance came a week ago from today against the North Shore Navigators. Went an inning and only gave up a walk, excuse me. It'll be Palmer, Myers, and Long. So 9-1-2 due up for the Nighthawks here in the 5th.
Princeton Junction, New Jersey.
First pitch is tapped up the first baseline, foul. It's 0-1.
And for the Nighthawks here, things are getting late early in this ball game. Only 7 innings, so only a couple more chances for the offense. 9 more outs left for the Newport pitching staff.
And that's fouled. Count now 0-2 to Palmer. For Marr, his day is over after 4 innings. Gave up 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So another start here at Cardines where he had not given up a run. It's now 3 starts at home that he has pitched scoreless baseball.
The big story, too, also the pickoffs. He picked off 2 Nighthawk base runners at first.
Allen with a ball outside, 2-2.
That's pretty impressive by Marr. 3 starts at home without giving up a run. That's huge.
Fastball, it gets away from Allen, goes all the way to the backstop. 3-2 to Palmer. On deck is Adarius Myers.
For the Nighthawks here, it's just about doing your job and getting on base, especially for Palmer, serving here as the second leadoff hitter in the 9th spot.
Left-handed hitter, and he swings and rips one right to Anderson at first. There's one down.
That's tough luck there for Palmer. He sat on the fastball at 91 and got to it. Just a little bit too much out in front. Hit right to Anderson at first base. Didn't even have to move for the first out.
Back to the top of the lineup, it is Adarius Myers, the NECBL's leading hitter. Came into this game with a batting average of .344, 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Takes a ball low and outside, 1-0. Myers hits one into shallow left center field, and it's going to fall for a base hit. Myers with a wide turn around first. He'll stay at first as the ball comes in. So 1-out single for Myers and the Nighthawks.
And that's how you can get things going. One, he just drops into left field for a base hit, and it's a base runner. Now, the left-hander is going. Allen is a right-handed pitcher, so maybe you get more of a larger lead. Try to get something going on the base pass, as Myers does have speed.
He's got 14 stolen bases on the season. He's been caught stealing 4 times, as that one is fouled away, 0-1. The Nighthawks down by 8 runs. Might be some in the Nighthawks dugout that say maybe don't go because you need all the base runners you can. But there also might be that thought of trying to get runners into scoring position. Not going. The pitch is going to be outside, 1-1.
It's really hard for the Upper Valley to come back against this goal staff. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the Gulls #1 in pitching.
Yeah, they've been #1 in pitching and pretty much #1 for the entire season in the NECBL. They've just been spectacular from the word go with an ERA of 2.37 now. They've got a total of 6 shutouts on the season. The next highest is 4 with the North Shore Navigators. Pitch is going to be in there for a called strike 3. Allen gets his first strikeout and the second out here in the 5th.
Nasty break on that pitch. Locked long up. He thought it was going to hang up high, but instead dropped in and just caught the top of the zone. Beautiful breaking ball from Joe Allen for his first strikeout.
That's going to be Kevin Brugman, who has been on base in both of his plate appearances today. 1 for 1. Doubled in the 3rd, walked in the 1st. Allen, a long pause. Here's the pitch. That is line into center. On the run is Breeny, still going back. Reaches up, and he cannot make the grab. He tumbles down, and Myers will round 3rd. He'll score easily. And into 2nd with his 2nd double of the game is Kevin Brugman. And the Nighthawks are finally on the board. It's now 8-1.
Admirable effort there from Breeny in center field. A leaping attempt at the wall, crashes into it, and the ball just eludes his reach, bounces off the wall and away, but a quick recovery to get the ball in. Holds Brugman to a double, 2nd double of the ball game. He's really starting to settle in.
And that's normally a ball that we see Breeny catch out in center field. I think it was high off the wall, so there really wasn't any opportunity for him to grab that. But how many times have we seen this year, Jose, whether it's out in left field or center field, Nico Breeny going after the ball and grabbing it the majority of the time?
Yeah, he's been unbelievable for the Gulls. And if he would have made that play, it would have been no shocker because his glove.
That's foul.
He knows for his glove, and in my opinion, he's going to win the Gold Glove.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hard to argue otherwise because of how good he has been. But the Nighthawks looking to keep the momentum going here in the 5th inning. They already have 1 on the board. Cesarini, the batter, left-handed hitter, and he takes a ball low. It's 1-1. Cesarini, another all-star for the Nighthawks. Batting .297. No home runs, 10 runs batted in. That pitch, low. 2-1.
And no home runs here, but with right field only being about 280 feet away. High fence, but Cesarini is licking his chops.
See what he gets here on the 2-1 from Allen. Low and inside, ball 3. So 3-1 to Cesarini with Steve Harrington looming on deck. Allen comes set. Brugman still at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball ripped, foul down the right field line. 3-2 now. And Cesarini's going to have to get a new piece of lumber.
Yeah, one jammed him. He shattered the bat because it was so far inside. Now, interesting to see him swinging 3-1 there. I guess it was one that he felt he could handle with some late life on the fastball from the pitcher. Allen sawed him off, and now Cesarini returns from the dugout, which here at Cardines Field, both sides have their dugouts on the first base side, the Nighthawks with the further one down the first base line.
One of the quirks here at Cardines, as well as a light pole out in center field that is in play. 0-2. Hit on the ground to the right side. That's Anderson, grabs it, race to the bag, and he wins it. That'll end the 5th inning, as the Nighthawks do get 1 run on 2 hits, and 1 is stranded. We'll head to the 6th inning at Cardines Field, and Ian Binkley will take you the rest of the way in this 7-inning contest. It is the Newport Gulls 8 and the UpperValley Nighthawks 1 on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, July 31st, when the 2023 New England League playoffs will get underway. This year's postseason will feature an 8-team bracket with 3 rounds of best-of-3 series to determine the league champion. Whether you're an island resident or planning a summer getaway, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
When a home is damaged by fire, flood, wind, or whatever, most people just settle for what the insurance company will pay. When disaster strikes, insurance companies are represented. You should be too. Contact Iovino Appraisal Service, Public Insurance Adjusters. They'll take you through the entire claims process and decipher your policy coverages. Iovino Appraisal Service, Public Insurance Adjusters can also help with content inventory, temporary housing, and more. Protect your interests. Iovino Appraisal Service, 365-3299.
You wouldn't take your car to your insurance company's body shop, and you'd never, ever buy a phone from a street vendor. If you need a public adjuster for a property claim, call Iovino Appraisal Service, 401-365-3299.
Welcome back to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. Ian Binky, Quentin Pelzel, and Jose Rodriguez on the call. It's an 8-1 lead for the Newport Gulls over the UpperValley Nighthawks, and the Nighthawks will turn to a new arm out of the bullpen to work the top of the 6th. It's Chase Adams out of the University of Southern Mississippi, working in his 5th game for the Nighthawks and looking for a little bit better results. Comes in with an 0-1 record, 10 earned runs allowed in 3 2/3 innings. And he'll face the top of the lineup here for Newport. Nico Brini will get his 4th plate appearance of the day. He's 1 for 2. Just been all goals here in game one of a doubleheader. Offense firing on all cylinders, and the pitching has been really good. Adam Marr got the start, then Joe Allen pretty much picked up where he left off. Only one run allowed on the board, and that was just this last inning from the Nighthawks after an RBI double from Kevin Brugman. So Adams, the rising sophomore from Southern Miss, left-handed pitcher from Bloomington, Illinois, is on to work. As he fires in a strike, it's now 1-1 to Brini. He relieves Nick Pappas, who threw a good first inning, but then tagged a little bit in the second, ended up giving up 3 earned runs over 2 innings of work. As now Adams falls behind 2-1. Adams comes in, he throws a fastball, curveball, and a changeup. That pitch misses.
Brini, a hit, a fly out to center, and a walk in this game.
He's also scored a run. He scored the first run of the ball game, all the way back to lead things off in the top of the first. The 3-1 paints the outside edge. Now the count runs full.
The first inning, the Gulls did not waste no time scoring 4 runs.
That really set the tone of this ball game. As the payoff swung on and missed. Strikeout for the first out recorded by Chase Adams.
Really good sign by Adams coming in, striking out Nico Brini, who has hit the ball hard in 2 of his plate appearances today. The other one he walked. So Brini's proved to be a tough out for the Nighthawks, and Adams made it look relatively easy.
It's his 3rd strikeout of the season. He struck out 8 over 6 2/3 in 7 games in his freshman season at Southern Miss. He fires in a first pitch strike to Michael Anderson.
Brini, when he was going to the dugout there, he was giving the scouting report to Michael Anderson to see what he saw in that at-bat.
0-1, fouled off. Broke out the curveball that time, and Anderson just got a piece. Good turnout here in Newport for this doubleheader. Game 1, of course, both games 7 innings, so running out of time here are the Nighthawks. Game 2 will follow 30 minutes after this one, and down swinging is Anderson. Back-to-back punch-outs for Chase Adams.
Yeah, how about this for Adams coming out of the bullpen, and this Gulls offense has been hot today. 8 runs scored on 9 hits, and Adams just mowing right through the top of the lineup, no less, of the Newport Gulls.
Now he'll face Luke Beckstein, who walked and scored in the first, and then since that struck out and popped up to second. First pitch breaking ball in for a strike. Adams appearing in his first game since the 14th against Sanford. Went 2 innings in that one. As this is chopped foul. He got his first 2 punch-outs of the season in that outing against the Mainers. So it's been an improvement really since his first couple of outings, working back and trying to find some consistency here on the mound as Adams has looked good in this outing, trying to record a 1-2-3 inning. 0-2 just missed outside. Brugman liked the spot, but just off the black.
I'm impressed how Adams is dealing after giving up 3 runs in each of his previous few outings.
1-2 in the dirt, couldn't get him to chase. Working here against Beckstein. Hare stands on deck. But Adams hopes to put him off until the 7th. The 2-2. That is lined into left, but off the screen and out of play. So we'll do it again, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
In game 2 for the Gulls, it'll be Jake Hunter who will take the bump. He is an all-star for the Gulls.
For the Nighthawks, it will be a new arm in Devin Murray, as this one is grounded right back to Adams. He snares it, and a toss over to first in time for the out. So the Southern misconnection there on the 3rd out. Adams to Russo, a 1-2-3 inning for the Nighthawks, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. They still trail by 7 on the NECBL network.
Over 225 NECBL alumni have gone on to play Major League Baseball, including World Series MVPs Jeremy Pena and Steven Strasburg. With 13 teams in 6 scenic New England communities, the NECBL offers the most entertaining and competitive amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. Now celebrating over a quarter of a century of excellence, the New England League showcases baseball's brightest stars as they keep their eyes on their dream. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit NECBL.com. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, July 31st, when the 2023 New England League playoffs will get underway. This year's postseason will feature an 8-team bracket with 3 rounds of best-of-3 series to determine the league champion. Whether you're an island resident or planning a summer getaway, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
We truck on to the bottom of the 6th from Cardines Field. And the Nighthawks trail this one 8-1. And it's Steve Harrington leading things off for UpperValley. As he swings at the first pitch, pops it up on the left side of the infield. Alford onto the grass, makes the call, makes the catch. Quickly, there's one down.
And Allen is back to the mound for his 2nd inning of work. He has worked as much as 4 innings in a single appearance. That came in a start against the Ocean State Waves about a couple weeks ago. So we could see, if things go well for Allen, we could see him go the rest of the way.
As Nick Monasteres offers first pitch, fouls this one off. If he does finish this one out, Allen could be in line for the rare 3-inning save. As this dips low, it's a 1-1 count. Those 3-inning saves, few and far between. The NECBL or any level. Great breaker there. Dips back into the zone. It's a 1-2 count.
And Allen is controlling and cruise here in the 6th inning after giving up a run in the 5th. Has set retire the first 2 batters here in the 6th.
He gets Monasteres looking on the strikeout. His 2nd of the outing, both of the looking variety. And there's 2 down now for Matthew Russo. Russo on the day, 0 for 1 with a walk. Lone official at bat. He popped up over to Alford. It's the same fate that his teammate Harrington had to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And the first pitch is a called strike just at the knees of the tall Russo. 6'2" he is from the left-handed batter's box. Working quickly is Allen, and he gets Russo to offer at one that bounced in.
Yeah, this inning definitely a little bit different for Allen than the 5th. He gave up 2 hits in the 5th. Ardarius Myers and Kevin Brugman each with hits, but Allen looking untouchable here.
0-2 swung on and missed. Just smooth sailing from Joe Allen, not messing around. Retires the side in order. We head to the 7th. Newport 3 outs away from a win. They tried to pad their 7-run lead on the other side of this break on the NECBL network.
First thing, Bruce Bolt was quality, the consistency, knowing that when I take them out, they're going to be the same every time. And the second was to be able to see kids all over the country wearing the gloves that I designed. That's one of the coolest parts of this.
I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the bars in the place. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the camera, but the drummer passion never rests. Freedom is our teacher under pressure, now we blessed. Yeah, it's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Let's go.
PACE is a health plan that lets mom live at home and gives her the care and support she has to have. PACE has been a real lifesaver for her and for me.
Contact PACE, the statewide health plan for aging well at home.
Chase Adams back out for a second inning of work as we head to the top of the 7th here, the final inning of Game 1 of a doubleheader here from Newport, Rhode Island. The home team in Game 1 is the UpperValley Nighthawks. Despite playing here at the park of the Newport Gulls, the Gulls lead this one 8-1, and they look to close out a Game 1 victory. First pitch swinging here, a one-hopper to the shortstop, and long throws across in time for the out. Quickly retired is Tyler Hare.
And that's 4 up, 4 down for Chase Adams, who has come out of the bullpen, and he has looked very good, which is such a bright spot for him. He's struggled this year so far, and to come out against a really good offense in the Newport Gulls, and third in the NECBL in batting average coming into this game. They had 9 hits and 8 runs before he came into the game, and he has shut them down.
Really the best he's looked all season. And interesting footnote is that it's come against a really good Newport Gulls team that has been swinging the lumber excellently in this ball game. But ahead here 2-0 is Slate Alford. Alford had a solo shot in the third, a hard liner off the bat to left that just stayed true over the 28-foot wall. As he smokes this foul.
It almost got Coach Holbrook, the Newport Gulls manager there, third base side.
Chase Adams here getting in some valuable work. As this is sent up the middle, and it will fall. A base hit. First base runner allowed by Chase Adams comes here with 1 out in the 7th.
And that wasn't necessarily the hardest hit ball of the afternoon, but Alford finding open space out there in the outfield, gets it down. His second hit of the game. He's 2 for 3 with a walk, 2 runs scored, and has a home run. Have a day, Slate Alford.
So he is swinging the bat well, especially in this ball game, but all season long for Alford. And now Shark will get a chance to hit with a runner on base. Shark drove in a run with his double in the 5th. He takes the first pitch low for a ball.
Shark, after that double, is now batting .277 in the season for this Gulls team.
Busy day of action in the NECBL. Plenty of ball games getting started later. A couple in progress already. As that just misses up and in, a 2-0 count. Adams working with the runner on. Ooh, backs the batter up. Dusts Shark off the plate.
Shark move out of the way there. That ball almost hit him in the head. Near in his face area.
Adams trying to dial it back in. This is true. It's a 3-1 count. Win here for Newport would make them 4-1 against, or 5-1 rather, against the North Division, and that's a walk. So there's 2 on. In other action around the league, there's one final from a matinee matchup. The North Shore Navigators got a 3-2 victory over the Mystic Schooners, so that's good news for Newport fans, a chance to extend their lead in the division by at least half a game, if not a full game and a half, if they are able to sweep the Upper Valley Nighthawks. But then several games scheduled to get underway later tonight as that pitch misses inside. Now to Butler. Other games set to get underway, all at 6:30 or later. Danbury heads up to Keene, and then Martha's Vineyard meets Sanford. North Adams will play the Vermont Mountaineers at Montpelier Recreation Field. And also the Ocean State Waves, the Rhode Island rivals of the Newport Gulls, will face the Bristol Blues. Hopefully they have the lights fixed at the ballpark for that matchup. As there's a 2-0 count here to Billy Butler with runners on first and second for the Gulls. Swing and a miss, 85-mile-per-hour fastball pumped right by Billy Butler.
Nice caught by Billy Butler there.
Yeah, the 2-0 green light, trying to just end the game with one swing there. Give them a huge lead. That was a home run. That would have been a 10-run lead for the Gulls.
Oof.
Ooh, nasty pitch. Elevated fastball at 86 miles per hour. Butler was too irresistible, couldn't hold off.
Butler trying to be too aggressive there. He's being too anxious at the plate. Gotta calm down and wait for his pitch.
Especially with a 7-run lead, a 2-2. Breaking ball too high. And did it clip him? Yes, it did. Skimmed off the elbow protector. Butler didn't want to admit it at first, but now he'll take first base and the bases are loaded.
Yeah, so after getting the first 4 batters out, the wheels have come off for Adams, and now it's Ryan Proto, who is one of the hotter hitters in this lineup. He's had hits in each of his last 2 games and each of his last 2 at-bats.
Including an RBI single his last time. He's ahead in the count, 1-0. The corner infielder, at least Russo, was in. Now taking a step back. UpperValley just trying to end the inning here. Only 1 out with the bases loaded. That's a good breaker from Adams, in for a strike. Once again, game 2 of this doubleheader. We'll follow game 1 here. That one, Newport will be the home team. That one's low. Jonah Krell, my broadcast partner, will hop on with both Quinton and Jose for game 2.
And that game will start at 6:35, regardless of when this game ends.
Barring a large comeback in this game extending.
Correct.
One can hope if you're listening on the UpperValley side of this one. That's low. 3-1 now the count to Proto.
Hitters count for Proto, 3-1. Let's see what happens here in this pitch.
That's a hard ground ball through, just past the diving reach of Tyler Long. 1 run is in. 2nd run scores as Shark touches home plate. It's now a 10 spot for the Gulls.
Huge coming out game for Ryan Proto with another base hit, 2 RBIs. He's now had 3 RBIs in this game, 3 for 4 for Proto.
He's had a huge ball game, as have many Gulls here in the starting lineup, as Tyler Young Comes to the plate looking to reach base his first time. Takes one belt high, a called strike.
It's nice to see Proto getting on base, getting hits, because he has been struggling all season long for this Gulls team.
Young has hit the ball hard his last 2 times, but unfortunately for him, both times Adarius Myers flagged it down and left.
Ooh.
That one backs him off. Just missed the jersey.
I thought it almost clipped him for a second.
I thought so too, but home plate umpire dissents. It's just a 1-1 count. Chase Adams trying to finish things out here in the 7th. Get back to the dugout. That one he could not hold up on, a breaking ball down in the dirt. Now a 1-2 count.
Good pitch by Adams. Fooling Young on that, could not hold up.
No action out there in the Newport bullpen, so it looks like Allen will be back out for the bottom of the 7th. This one fisted over the head of Adams. Tough play for the second baseman, charging the throw in time. Good play by Nick Monaster to get an out on the play, one that just fought off the hands by Young and hit just hard enough for Monaster to make the play.
That was a heck of a play by Monaster against a very speedy runner in Young. It was a do-or-die play and probably had some weird spin on it too. And Monaster with a really, really nice defensive play for the Nighthawks.
Now a pinch hitter for the Gulls heading to the plate. That is Colton Freeman. He'll pick up a bat, put on a helmet, and take some hacks here with 2 down and 2 on in the top of the 7th.
And he'll bat for Nico Brini, whose game 1 is over. Brini was on base twice today, excuse me.
So Freeman from Dartmouth College takes the first pitch, fastball, rather the changeup at 78 for a strike.
Freeman got one of the 2 hits for the Gulls last night in Bristol.
Freeman comes in hitting 200 on the year. He's in a hole here 0-2.
2 really nice breaking balls from Adams to start him off.
We'll see if he ramps up on the fastball or gives him a waste pitch here ahead 0-2. He goes with the waste. And it was too low, laid off by Freeman. Breaking ball too high, and he's back even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Freeman is a .282 career hitter in the NECBL over 2 seasons here with the Gulls. Turns on this one, but just in front. Gave it a good ride, but that's out onto America's Cup Avenue. There's a souvenir, someone driving out there.
Yeah, just could not wait long enough on that slow breaking ball from Adams.
Because if he straightened the bat a little bit, it would have been a fair.
Turns on this one again, a little bit further out in front. This one pounded into the bunting running along the third base side stands. Freeman, a little bit of a throwback, no batting gloves. As this is a hard liner right at Tyler Long at short. He puts it away for the 3rd out, but not before 2 more runs cross the plate. It's a 10-1 ball game. Newport trying to ice this one away on the other side of this break on the NECBL network.
As a reminder, folks, we're heading into the bottom.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
On Sunday, July 23rd, the NECBL's best will head to historic Frazier Field in Lynn, Massachusetts for the 2023 NECBL All-Star Game presented by Metro Credit Union. Don't miss the marquee event of the summer. Visit asg23.necbl.com for more information. The choice of Major League All-Stars is now the official batting gloves of the New England League, Bruce Bolt. Bruce Bolt batting gloves are handmade by skilled craftsmen using 100% real Cabretta leather. The stitching, materials, and unique design make these the best-fitting, most durable batting gloves in baseball. For more information, visit brucebolt.us. That's brucebolt.us. Fans, stay connected by following the New England League on all of our social media channels. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/NECBL. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the NECBL, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.
Here to wrap things up in the bottom of the 7th, and working on the mound now is Nick Boyle, the senior from Xavier. Will come on and try to get the last 3 outs for the Gulls to put away a 10-1 victory in Game 1 of a doubleheader over the UpperValley Nighthawks.
Yeah, Nick Boyle from Xavier making his 7th appearance of the season. Strikeout pitcher. He can throw it in the mid to low 90s with his fastball. It's a really good breaking ball.
He deals a first pitch strike to Pat D'Amico. D'Amico on the day is 1 for 2. Singled in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th. And Boyle's ahead 0-2, a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. Boyle, a little bit of a older style delivery. The windup and tosses the glove over his head before he fires. This one skips in. Don't see that anymore. You see more pitchers that just abandon the windup altogether and pitch full time from the stretch. In fact, both starters, Reynolds and Marr, pitch in that style, but Boyle goes old school with the rock and fire, as that one misses outside.
We also saw Pappas do that as well, so just more simpler. That's what all the pitching coaches, that's how they teach it nowadays. Just be as simple as you can get.
Also, repeatability is so important, as that's fouled off. But if you can consistently fire strikes with the windup and generate maybe a mile an hour or 2 more on the fastball out of the windup, why not go to it? As that's a called strike 3 right on the outer lower edge. Great location on the fastball from Boyle for his first strikeout of the outing. 3 straight punch-outs for Gulls pitching.
Strikeouts have been one of the keys for the Gulls pitching staff all season long. They lead the NECBL in strikeouts by a pretty considerable margin, about 40 over the Valley Blue Sox, who are in 2nd place.
This is fouled off by Pullman for a strike. Well, coming into play today, they were averaging just about 10 strikeouts, a little over 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. And they're on pace to maybe elevate that number here. They're at 8 through 6 1/3. Marr got 4, Allen with 3, and now Boyle with 1, working against his second batter in Dylan Palmer. This is in the air. Shallow center field. The center fielder is charging, but he's called off by the second baseman, Beckstein. And there's 2 down, UpperValley down to their last out.
And that is Colton Freeman out in center field, who replaced Nico Brini, pinch hitting in the last half inning.
We'll see if he gets any action, as Darius Myers will stride to the plate for one final time in Game 1 of this doubleheader. Singleton scored his last time, and he's 1 for 3 in the game. He offers it the first one, fouls it off a little bit late on 91.
Game 2 will start at 6:35. So if this game ends within the next couple minutes, got about a little over an hour until the next game starts.
Nice breaking ball, and the Nighthawks down to their final strike. And over an hour, it's plenty of time to get a snack, get maybe a full dinner in before settling back into the NECBL network for game 2. This one bounces in about a 45-footer out of the hand of Boyle. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ball gets to the backstop. The catcher corrals. Proto fires wide at first. It will be a strikeout, then a wild pitch, allowing Myers to reach.
Uncharacteristic to see. I mean, that's going to go as a wild pitch on Boyle, but Proto would probably tell you after the game that he should have blocked that and should have completed that for the final out.
He could have blocked it and then also had a chance at first base, but a wide throw allowed Myers to reach. The ball game extends for Tyler Long. Long has been a strikeout victim twice in the game, 0 for 2 with a walk. This one a high fly ball in the right, but it will get out of play over the warehouse. Again, the Gulls sitting comfortably in this one. Nighthawks down to their final out. A 1-1, swing and a miss. Long well late on that. Nighthawks once again down to their final strike.
The Gulls offense came early into this game, and they never stopped, as they have now a 9-run lead. And now
that one misses up and in.
Now putting, hopefully, game 1 to bed.
Even if Long finds a way on, still several more chances for the Gulls to ice it away. This is popped up and out of the ballpark. With the now 9-run cushion, you figure the pitching staff very comfortable here, turning to Boyle. Boyle, though he shares a name, no relation to the NFL tight end of Ravens. Nope. 2-2. Right in, called strike 3, and the Newport Gulls win game 1 by the score of 10-1.
Good game for the Gulls. Their offense showed up. Their pitching, obviously, was there as well. They only gave up 1 run, and the offense, they didn't look back. They started off in the first inning scoring 3 runs, and 4 runs, and they just, yeah, as you said, Jose, they did not look back, and they really just coasted to this victory. 7-inning victory, and they'll try to come back and sweep the Nighthawks starting in about an hour or so. So good win for the Gulls. Got to feel good, and they've now gone 4 games without losing because of the tie yesterday. It doesn't count as a loss, doesn't count as a win. It's kind of that in between, but Gulls right now starting to catch fire late in the season.
Yeah, and the Gulls offense show up, which they did not show up last night in Bristol. So it's good that we see the Gulls quick momentum in a 24-hour period and scoring 10 runs.
And for the Nighthawks here, they'll be looking to get something going in game 2. They are now 16-15. They fall into 3rd place in the North Division, and after rocking out of the gates in June, were leading the division for most of the first month of the season. They have now fallen on hard times in July. They fall to 3rd place in the North and really just need a win here in game 2 to stay competitive in the division and in the playoff race, as time is running short here in the season, the All-Star break coming up, and they just need to get things going again, find their form that they were in earlier in the year. But in the meantime, that wraps things up for game 1. Final line once again, the Newport Gulls, 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 6 left on. Nighthawks 1 run, 5 hits, no errors, 7 left. Adam Marr moves to 4-0 on the year. Hunter Reynolds falls to 0-1. Once again, game 2 6:35 first pitch. Grab a drink. Well, you can get dinner here, a full hour until we get back on the air for Game 2. But Jonah Crow will hop on the call for Game 2 for my broadcast partners Quentin Pelzel and Jose Rodriguez. My name is Ian Binky. Thanks for spending your afternoon with us. We hope to spend your evening with us as well on the NECBL network.